Hi guys, welcome to Super Veil Sews. My name's Sarah, thanks for joining me today. I hope you're well. I'm really sorry to have missed you last week. There's been loads going on, packing up the house. I hadn't really done much sewing. Wedding stuff's gone crazy, like everything's gone mad. But I thought I would check in with you this week. I haven't actually finished any garments, but I'm hoping that I will soon. So behind me, I'm not going to show you this in too much detail, but this is my hen party dress. My hen is this weekend, so this is the Lucy dress, which you've already seen in blue. So I made one in Duchess satin. This is in my metallic beige, for anyone who watched my last vlog. This is my metallic beige / gold Lucy dress. So this is the by Hand London self-drafted pattern. Yeah, it's a bit different to work. It frayed like a lot. The fabric is from Fabric Godmother. Yeah, it frayed a lot. So it was tricky in some ways to work with, but it holds the volume in the way that I wanted. And I think once it's all styled up, I think it's just a bit more like hen party fun. So that's the main thing I've been working on. It's almost finished. The zip is in at the back, but I have to neaten up the inside of where it meets the lining, and I need to add the bottom tier on the skirt and hem it, and then it's done and ready for a weekend of fun. Other bits and bobs of wedding sewing have been happening. Now, initially I'd sort of said I wasn't going to show you until the end, but I actually think I'm just going to show you bits of progress as we go. There may be the odd thing that I don't want to share yet, which is fine. One of the key things that's been happening over the past couple of weeks is I have been fitting toiles onto my flower girls. 2 of them I fitted at the weekend. One I am fitting today. Today is Thursday when I'm filming this. And then I'm fitting the last one, the eldest one, next week. So the dress I'm making for the flower girls, and I really need to get moving on this, which is why I'm trying to get these fittings rolling, is by a brand called Violet Field Threads. Now, they have amazing occasion wear patterns for children. One of them, I think Vicky from Sewing Bee used one of their patterns. I don't know if you remember, she made like a little, I think it was like a tulle dress or something, with like little layers. That was a Violet Field Threads pattern. So they're just really special patterns. I think they have patterns for adults as well, but the children's patterns are like something if you're looking for a special occasion dress. And I ended up picking a pattern called Serafina, which has different views, and I've gone for a view that has flutter sleeves. It has a sort of V-neck at the front, or it's sort of a soft V rather than a deep V, and it's going to have, the whole dress is going to have a tulle overlay. So the really good thing about that pattern is it has a whole separate view, which is for the version with the tulle overlay and with extra volume in the skirt, or you can just make, so that's the special occasion version, and then they have just the normal version, which you can make in any fabric. So I'll pop a picture of the design of that dress here. I am not going to go too much into what the final dress is going to look like, but you'll get an idea for the style. The original pattern is floor length, but mine won't be. It's going to be, because I just think you don't need, my flower girls are from 2.5 up to 10 years old. And I just think you just don't need a 2.5-year-old trying to walk around with a floor length dress. Do you know what I mean? Not necessary. So I think it'll be just above the ankle maybe, or I'm going to play around once I've made the bulk of it. But I think it's going to be quite involved. However, the 12 came together really nicely. I'll show you. Now, these are bright orange, which obviously the actual dresses are not going to be bright orange. Although nothing against it if that's your colours for the wedding, for your wedding. So this is an example of one of the 12s that I've made. So this is obviously shorter than it will be, just to save on fabric. And I mostly just wanted to check where the waist would sit, and the fitting in the bodice. And the fitting was pretty good. The one thing I would say did happen with both the girls was the neckline was just a little bit wide. It would slip off the shoulders a bit. So this will eventually have a centimetre less anyway, because the final dress will be lined. So that means the neckline will open up even more. So I'm going to add just a little bit on here when I cut out the toile, just so that I might even just put 1.5 centimetres, just which with the seam will mean there will be an extra 0.5 centimetre in from where it was, because they did sit well. It was just when they moved around a lot, it would slip off. I don't want to do too much, because also the wedding's in 2 months, they might grow. So it's how we sort of just try and negate it falling off. I think when it's lined as well, it just has a bit more structure, so hopefully won't slip around so much. But that was the only fit issue. Otherwise, they both fit really well. I didn't go by age. I literally had them measured and then went on where they were on the size chart. So both girls were in different age brackets to their actual ages. Normally when I make them clothes, which I have a few times, it was my godchildren, I just make an age 2 or whatever, and they do normally fit. But for this, obviously, because it's woven and I want to be comfortable in the day, I just want to make sure the fit was good. So yeah, you can see here the beautiful flutter sleeves. The skirt will have tiers. I'm going to play around with the skirt. So basically it will have 3 layers sort of. So you have the underskirt, which is in a lining fabric, and then you apply tulle, so like a tulle ruffle almost, which is attached to the bottom part of the lining layer to just add a bit of volume at the bottom, and then you have the overlay on top of that. So I need to play around a little bit with what we think will look the nicest. I also need to work out, because the lining fabric is different to the colour of the overlay, so I need to work out what colour we need the tulle layer to be underneath so that it doesn't then look weird at the bottom. So there are lots of decisions like that to make. And then at the back, it looks like this. So it's got a little V-neck at the back, zip, and that's it. You can also do a tiered skirt if you want. Again, I'm going to see once. The bodice is the most important part for me, because that's obviously where all of the fit stuff is going on. So I'm just going to try and get the bodices made up. I think I might get one whole dress made up after my hen. So next week, I'm going to try and make the smallest dress up. And then for the others, I might do all of the bodices first and then all of the skirts, but we'll see. But so that's one of the other things I've been working on, is making these toiles. I have one more to make for my eldest bridesmaid, my eldest flower girl, sorry, who's coming next week. So that's one of the other things I've been working on. And then another unfinished project is I wanted to make another Gilbert shirt, which is a Helen's Closet pattern. Now, I committed to doing this as a Minerva project when it looked like we were actually going to have some nice hot sunny weather, and then it rained pretty much ever since. But I'm persevering, because I feel like there have been hints, haven't there, of summer, and I'm hopeful that we might just get a little spell of sunshine later this month, maybe in September as well. So I'm making a shirt, and then I want to also make some Winslow culottes, so I have a little cord set. All of this fabric has been given to me free of charge by Minerva.com, just so you know. And this, as I said, is unfinished, but the current state of affairs is this. So I love this colour blocking thing, and I think in pinstripes it looks really cute. So I have different cotton shirtings. We have the purple, the blue, and the green. I've done a little Colourpop pocket. I've also, so I'm doing the tie-up view, the tie front view of the shirt. And one thing that's always bothered me when I've made this pattern before is that there's not facing on the tie. So when you tie it up, you can see the wrong side of the fabric. So this time I made a facing in purple, so you'll get little flashes of colour when I tie it in a knot. And all I have to do really now is add the, there's fluff all over this, is add the sleeves and hem it and do the buttons and buttonholes. That's actually quite a few things, isn't it? I made it sound like it's almost finished. It's not almost finished. But I think it looks cute. I put a nice, this is a little Rosy Cheeks with Bargello collab label in it, which I thought was sweet. And it's just summery vibes. We just need some summery weather. But like, give me another couple of weeks because I need to finish it fast. So yeah, the shorts are in a chambray, like a green chambray. It's quite light, but the Winslow culottes can, I've made them in like a viscose before, or I've made them in like a linen, or they can take sort of lighter or heavier fabrics. And this time I'm going to make one of the shorter lengths. So the Winslows have a lot of volume. They have a nice fitted waist. And you can make full trouser length, or you can make teeny shorts, and I'm making sort of the mid-length shorts, which I'm hoping the proportions of the outfit will look kind of cute. But I need to hurry up and get on that. But wedding stuff has rather taken over recently. So those are the things I've been sewing. Another thing that's been going on, and you may have seen a video that I posted yesterday, is that I've launched my sewing challenge. So I will link that video down below. It is the Sew Safari 2023, and it's all about animal related sewing projects. And it's taking place in September, and there are some amazing prizes. And I was quite scared to launch it, but everyone's been really lovely. And so now I'm sort of excited to see what happens. Am I crazy doing this month for my wedding? Probably. But, you know, we ride. It's going to be fine. So, yeah, please do check out that video. And I would love to know if you're planning on getting involved. So that's another thing that's going on. And then the last thing I was going to show you were a couple of deliveries. Now, you will know if you followed my previous videos that I'm taking part in the Big Sew Off, which is a 24-hour sew-a-thon hosted by Sew Over It. But lots of other brands are getting involved this year. Sew Over It run it, and they are going to be sewing for 24 hours from the new craft house. There are hubs popping up all over the country where people are going to be sewing, and I will be sewing from my own little hub. I was invited to the new craft house, but actually I am up in Durham doing wedding things that week. So I said, could I sew from there? And they were like, yeah, great. So I'm going to be, I think I'm doing a late night shift. I think I'm joining them from 11 p.m. UK time, and we'll be doing Instagram live and stuff like that. So anyway, the way it works is they're raising money for Mind, which is what they've done in previous years. But this year, also anything that's made is being donated to this charity that provides clothes for people who need them. They specifically need, I think it was more like plus size clothing. So that's what I'm planning on making. Now, generally, I'm going to try and use things from my stash. Also, they want kids stuff, so I'm going to try and use stuff from my like leftover fabrics from other projects and things like that. But I have been mindful of two things. One is a lot of my fabric is actually in storage now because we've just moved temporarily out. So I don't have I don't have as much choice of the fabric as I would have done. And also I want to make some stuff in the bigger sizes, which is what they've asked for. So I don't just want to use like teeny amounts of things. So I actually purchased some fabric with view of making something for the Big Sew Off. I was making an order, this is from Jenny Stitches, and I was making an order from there anyway because I needed to get the tween size of the flower dress pattern. So I was ordering that, and I was like, let's see what there is, if there's anything. And I've ended up ordering this lovely ginkgo viscose. I think the pattern's really nice. The main thing I was thinking was, first of all, I'm sewing for other people, not me. So I quite like wearing the occasional slightly more bold print. But for this function, I'm thinking like, you want something that is really wearable for people rather than it being this like crazy bright thing. And this is on a lovely navy base. I think the print gives it interest, but it's not like, I mean, you could wear it to work and it wouldn't be weird. Do you know what I mean? So what my thoughts are with this is that I'm going to make a skirt. If I have enough, I might make the Alba skirt, which is Sew Over It pattern from the Summer Dreaming ebook, which I've made previously. Or I might make, I cannot remember what it's called, their free skirt pattern. Is it Ruby? I can't remember. But they have a free skirt pattern, which is quite straightforward. So I'm thinking I'll just make a skirt, which then you could obviously just wear it in the day, but also I'm thinking it might be, you know, it might be someone looking for something to wear to work or to wear to an interview or something like that. So I wanted something, I've got lots of prints that are a bit more fun, but I wanted to be able to make something that was usable. So I've got 2 meters of this, and I'll be sewing up a nice skirt, pattern to be confirmed. I think with the Big Sew Off, my plan is to cut everything out beforehand. That seems a good idea, doesn't it? So I am going to, once the henna's out of the way, I'm going to get onto my first Flower Girl dress. And then the only other thing I'm going to be focusing on really is getting stuff ready for the sew off, so that I can just churn it out. It's going to be quite late, so I'll probably be sleepy, but it's going to be fine. Now, the other delivery I had was actually a pre-order, so that I ordered ages ago from Selvage and Bolts. Now, they get some amazing fabrics in. I think they go to Italy and get stuff. They get a lot of dead stock designer, like high-end designer fabric. So from them previously, I've purchased random bits and bobs, but I've also purchased some 2 bits of Dolce & Gabbana dead stock. So the music bag I made, the canvas was from them. That was Dolce & Gabbana dead stock. And I also have this really intricate trim fabric, which has embroidered roses and daisies and poppies all over it. Like really beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I just couldn't leave it. So that's also Dolce & Gabbana dead stock. So they occasionally do this thing where instead of you ordering off their website like normal, they will give you an opportunity to pre-order. And that obviously means you don't have the waste because they just order the amount that they need and that's it. And I saw this and I just thought it was so special and gorgeous. And I couldn't resist it. So it's a silk as well. So here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Now it has this like slightly ribbed texture. So you can feel, you probably can't see on here, but there is like a stripe. So it's like white and sort of, it looks like it's white and beige, but I think it's just because it's ribbed. I think it makes it look like they're different colours, but they're not really. And it has this amazing sort of these discs, like tiled discs. And I just thought, it was really beautiful. I thought it looks very, very high end. Now, I don't know if this is a dead stock. No, it just says made in Italy. I don't know who it would have been made for, but it just feels really like good quality. It's got a bit of drape to it. I don't know if you can see because of the way I've got it folded, but it's got more body than you would expect. So I just think it's stunning. Love the colours. And I basically was thinking, I didn't get much because it was expensive. So I think I've got 2 meters. But I thought maybe something for honeymoon, or, you know, like a nice shirt or something, but that's feels a bit luxe. So that's the other delivery I've had. That's the other joy of pre-order. You forget you've got something and then you get a nice surprise in the post a few months later. So those are the fabrics that I've been purchasing. That's an update on what I've been sewing. It's going to be a bit weird the next few weeks because honestly, I made a list of things that have to happen for work and for the wedding. And because of the timing of our wedding, which is in October, my work, so I'm a musician and I have lots of different jobs. So I sing and I teach and I run choirs and I do all sorts of different things. And Christmas is obviously a really, really busy time. And October half term is often when I get a lot of stuff done in preparation for Christmas. But that will not happen this year because it's the wedding and then our mini moon. So I'm trying to program all of the Christmas stuff now. I'm trying to do all the prep, so sort all the music out, record the tracks to help the choir. Just there's a lot to do. So I'm doing lots with that. Wedding stuff has gone absolutely crazy. It's my hen this weekend. So there's loads going on. I need to get going with the Flower Girl dresses. I've had to leave them quite late because obviously you're a bit concerned about growth spurts and things, but I just need to get on it. So finishing this dress is my main job for the day. And then from next week, it is Flower Girls, the big sew off. I've got a couple of other bits and bobs to sew up for the wedding, but they're much more simple. So yeah, we're getting there, but I don't know what the content's going to be like. You'll get some things for the Sew Safari. That's another priority. So there will be some content for that. I'm planning on showing some of the fabric in my stash that I think would work for that, as well as doing a video of some other fabrics I've seen out and about and some projects that I think might be fun, just suggestions of things to do, but I'm sure you'll have your own ideas. The dress I'm wearing, you can't really see, it has elephants on it, is the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel, which I've got 3 Mabels now. I've got this one, strawberry print, and then this floral green and pink one. And I'm just wearing them on rotation at the moment. I'm wearing this dress all the time. Yeah. Anyway, you know how it's going. It's getting to the end of the video and I just can't stop talking. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let me know if you've got any fun sewing things planned. As I said, content's going to be a bit random for the next few weeks, but hopefully still worth watching. And yeah, if you enjoy these videos, please do like and subscribe and comment below. As always, I really enjoy reading your comments. And yeah, I'll see you next time. All right, take care, guys. Happy sewing. Bye.